All right, ready to go here. Here's Trey Turner.
Tonight, shortstop number 7, Trey Turner.
No, that's foul.
The 0-1.
Oh, that's inside.
And a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Turner runs. Fair ball. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score, and the Phillies take the lead. Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily.
Everything came together for him. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
And now it's Alec Bohm. Wilson throws to first in time. One pitch and one out. So now with one away and a man at second. So Harper stands in. Swings through that one.
Ball.
Outside
Nope, that's a
low.
ball.
2 balls and a strike. One out and a runner at second here in the third and final game of the series. Fastball for a strike. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
That is center fielder Brandon Mark.
And that is that. We go to the bottom of the first, and on the mound for Philadelphia in this one, Zach Wheeler. What should we keep an eye on here?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
And that's through there for a strike. 0-2. That's a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced swing. He wasn't trying to do too much with it, just stay disciplined.
And now this one's a rocket to right. Way back there. Gone. The 2-run shot, and it gives him the lead in the first. It's 2-1. Brent Rooker getting ready to hit. And first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Swings through the sweeper. A little bit high. Ball 1. And a good eye there.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Two now. And a seed into center. That's a base hit.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Hey! Rooker gets his lead at first. Nobody out.
0-1.
There's your strike. 95 of that one. And now it's even up.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And he grounds one back up the middle. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
He was all over that one. Smashed that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
In there at the knees, and the count 1-1. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle to base hit. Back-to-back singles. The relay safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from second. And it's 3-1. First and second, no outs. Lawrence Butler up next for the A's. In there at the knees. And this one squirts away from the catcher. Runners stay where they are. That's ball 1. Here's a 1-1.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Line drive. Reaching down, makes the catch.
Batting 7th, third baseman, Carlos Cortez.
Ball.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Top of the zone for a called strike. That one just misses. This one in the air, center field. Marsh in position. And there's 2 away. 2 aboard, 2 outs. And now here's Jeff McNeil.
I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat. Drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Kemp gets under it, and that will end the inning. Top of the second, so digging in now for Philadelphia, JT Realmuto.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, guys aren't touching it.
Here's a 1-1.
Inside, ball 2.
And it stays fair. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Batting 7th, second baseman Bryson Stott.
Ball, that's out.
One away. One out man at first. And digging in for Philadelphia, Adolis Garcia. Swings through that.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Check swing, and he went. That's strike 2. That one missed. That misses the zone. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Line drive, knocks it down. Here's Geloff for 1. What a double play that was. Inning over. We head to the bottom of the second. Digging in, Zach Geloff. Fought off foul. On the ground, right side. And it finds its way through for a hit. And that turns the lineup over.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Late swing fouled off. In the air, center field. Marsh settles underneath it. And there's one down. Nick Kurtz up next for the A's. He's already homered here in this one. And takes low for ball 1. There's the strike.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter,
run around the move. And a foul ball, he stays alive. The 1-2. Got him. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the A's, designated hitter, Brent Rooker.
That's a strike.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Geloff leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Runner takes off. battling here as he fouls it away. The 0-2. Hard hit, could be extra bases. That gets by him. Headed for the plate. The run scores all the way from first.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
And now a chance for Shea Langoliers in the dirt.
The strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
Swing and a miss. They limit the damage here. Top half of the third inning, so digging in now for Philadelphia, Otto Kemp. Up the middle, Wilson on the run, sends it over to first, and they get the out.
Up next for Philadelphia, shortstop Trey Turner.
That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Fly ball down the line. This has got a chance, and it is foul.
Clearly hoping he could get a swing and miss on that, but doesn't pull the hitter with that breaking ball. Nice job, just couldn't keep it fair.
Got him swinging. 2 outs, base is empty. Kyle Schwarber now at the plate. He doubled home a run at his first AB. Kurtz. Here's the tag, and he's out. And the Phillies are set down in order. Set for the bottom of the third. Leading off, Tyler Soderstrom. And a foul ball. Foul ball.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
And that skips in the dirt. On the ground to third. Zips it across. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Up next for the A's, right fielder Lawrence Butler.
That one in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Late with the swing there.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
The 1-2. Base hit. That was smoke through the infield. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it.
Crazy. Cortez, the next to hit, takes outside. Swings through that one for strike 1. In the air, left field. Kemp under it. And there's 2 down. quick throw to first. Butler back in standing. That's to third. Boom. Inning over. Start of the fourth, and now for the Phillies, Alec Bohm.
Alec Bohm.
Just missed. And it's fouled away. One now. Soderstrom under this one. And there's one down.
Up next for Philadelphia, first baseman Bryce Harper.
The throw to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the fourth. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Fly to left his first time.
Something I'm noticing in this one is that these hitters are aggressive early in the count. It makes you wonder if that was talked about in the hitters meeting before this game started.
2 down, nobody on. Swings and misses. And the count is 0-2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
And that one upstairs, ball 1.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Bottom 4, stepping in, Zach Geloff.
Athletic, second baseman Zach Geloff.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Sliced hard but foul. 0-2 now. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
Here's your 1.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact, so not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind it.
On the ground to the left. Over to stop for 1. To first. Double play. Nicely done. Bases empty after the double play. Nick Kurtz digs in now. He's already homered in this game. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. That one to first, and that chance handled. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the Phillies catcher, JT Realmuto. Swings through that one out in front that time. One up, one down.
Up next for Philadelphia, second baseman Bryson Stott.
And that's off the inside edge. Ball one. Geloff throws to first, and the first two set down in the top of the fifth. Two down, bases empty. Now it's the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. In for a strike. It's 0-1.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
McNeil on his horse. And that is that. Bottom of the inning. Now the A's designated hitter, Brent Rooker.
You know, these A's really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They keep finding themselves behind in the count, but it really hasn't mattered in this one. 7 of their hits have come in disadvantaged counts, and I think that helps create a mental advantage for these guys.
That's in there. That is strike 2.
I say that about the mental edge because on the mound, it's extremely frustrating to not be able to put hitters away, and that's exactly what we've seen here.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. That one missed. To the right side. Stop. In plenty of time to first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
Up next for the A's, catcher Shane Langoliers.
Hey!
Ball one there. Bounced, and that got the pitcher. No chance for a play, and let's hope the righty's not hurt on the mound.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case.
Soderstrom now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Way inside, gets out of the way.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Just off the outside edge, and it's 2-1. Line drive to short and caught.
Up next for the A's, right fielder Lawrence Butler.
There goes the runner. It's a pitch out. And now he's dead at first as he can't get back. Inning over. Top of the 6th inning, and digging in for Philadelphia, Otto Kemp. One down.
Up next for Philadelphia, shortstop Trey Turner.
And he can't come up with it.
Wastes no time there. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Quick move to first. Now back in safely at first.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
And that one fouled off. Turner, the base runner at first with one out. Turner runs. That one fouled off. Quick toss to first, and Turner's back in. And that's the second disengagement now. Pitch out, but no action. One-two now. Runner on the go again. Swing and a miss. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And here comes Alec Bohm. Foul ball there.
Pretty frugal guy. He is very efficient with the pitch count in this one.
And that'll do it. Bottom of the 6th inning, digging in, Lawrence Butler.
Right fielder, Lawrence Butler.
First pitch, and he has to get out of the way.
No, inside.
Hit on the ground to the right side. Harper steps on the bag. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Up next for the A's, third baseman Carlos Cortez.
Jackknifes out of the way. That one lifted to left. Kemp on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. Jeff McNeil stands in.
For the A's, center fielder Jeff McNeil.
Ball.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Nope. Ball one.
Geloff measures 6 feet 2 inches, 26 years old. He's one of the few Major League Baseball players born in the state of Delaware. Can't get the glove to this one. It falls in. Goes to third, in there. And now they've got runners at the corners with 2 outs. So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Jacob Wilson up next for the A's. In the air, right field, Garcia under it. That is the inning. We go to the top of the 7th, and now it's the cleanup spot for the Phillies. Bryce Harper.
Nope. Outside.
Butler has a beat on it. And there's one down.
Up next for Philadelphia, center fielder Brandon Marsh.
Inside. Ball one.
Gets down, base hit. Now back in safely at first.
Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it.
Mark Leiter Jr. gets the call from the pen. The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff. He's got a great curveball. Gonna bring up JT Realmuto. Wilson over to second. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. This is Bryson's stop. Just missed.
Ball two.
Realmuto off of first with 2 away. Realmuto runs. That's a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third.
Up next for Philadelphia, right fielder Adolis Garcia.
Swing and a miss. The Phillies with the tying run at the plate here in the top half of inning number 7. Swings and misses. 0-2 now.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Tying run at the plate. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout. Set for the last half of the 7th. Down to number 2 hitter, Nick Kurtz. And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Jonathan Bolin.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Up the middle. Oh, great stop. over to first, but he beats
No,
it
he's in.
out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single.
Just barely able to beat that one out. Man, he was giving it his all, getting down the line right there.
Sliced hard but foul.
Ball.
To the right side, and that one finds its way through. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Next up for the A's, Shea Langoliers.
Hey.
That clips the corner.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a
Ball,
chance
that's
to hit.
upstairs.
That one's upstairs, ball one. Got him swinging for the strikeout.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two. In the dirt. The A's trying to break this one open here at the bottom of the seventh. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Up next for the A's.
Lawrence Butler, the next to hit, 1 for 3. And it's fouled off. Strike two. And that one almost hit him. On the ground, right side. And that one handled. Tosses to first. That ends the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now the left fielder, number 4.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
Kurtz. The tag, and he's out. Tap foul at the plate. The Phils trailing by 3, and we're in the top of the 8th. Slings to first. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Almost got him. Soderstrom settles under this one, and that is that. And we're back. Leading off, number 26.
Third baseman, Carlos Cortez.
Breaks his bat, pops it up. Not in
No,
time.
he's in there.
Great effort, but it's an infield hit.
No, he didn't get much of that one, but it's going to look like a line drive in the box scored a ball. Tied him up really well with that pitch inside. Couldn't get it out of the infield, but somehow turns it into
Off
a
the plate,
knock.
ball
It's a
one.
thing of beauty, and some hits just don't make sense.
Ball 2.
Off the
Ball
mark
3.
there. Ball 3. Cortez on at first. Nobody out. So a
Ball
walk
4, pitch
puts
is
runners
down.
at first and second.
Up next for the A's.
Zach Geloff up next for the A's. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Orion Kerkering.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him. Here, got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Substitution now at second base. The A's bring on a pinch runner, Denzel Clark. Looking for some added speed out there in the late innings. This one in the air right field. Can't reach it. This should score at least one. One run is in. McNeil headed home. But now he hits the brakes and hustles back to third.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
High fly ball, right field. Garcia moving under this one. He's got it. Both runners tagging. The relay throw. Puts the tag on him, and it's a double play. Next up for the A's, Nick Kurtz.
First baseman, Nick
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Went with the sweeper, but it misses. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. A little bit low. Ball 3. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
up next for the A's. Designated hitter, Brent Rooker.
Ball.
Traffic on the bases with one already in. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Runner from third comes across. It's an RBI single. It's 6-1.
That's back-to-back singles for him. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Now, Shea Langoliers. 2 on, 2 outs. And a foul ball. Base hit! Runner at third puts on the brakes. Base is now loaded with 2 away.
Back-to-back base hits. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Soderstrom, the next to hit, takes ball 1. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
Late swing, foul to the left. Base hit, 1 run in already. Fires it to the plate. There's the tag. They get him, and that's the inning. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
Singy, you grew up in the Bay Area. Did you have a favorite player as a kid?
Yeah. I love the A's lineup.
A new arm into the game, the righty, Tyler Ferguson.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And that's got extra bases written all over it. But it's the center fielder who gets there. One away. Soderstrom under it. And there's 2 away. Last chance for the Phillies. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Brandon Marsh. Just missed. Ferguson, 32 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2015. Could be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. No one can get there. It falls in. Runner comes in from second to score, and they cut the lead. And in at second with an RBI double.
That's 2 consecutive extra base hits for this team. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
And the batter now, Bryson Stott. On the ground. That's a base hit. The throw in. Tag. Got him. And that's the ball game. 7-3 is how this one ends. The A's are victorious. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The